Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Labert, and you have now entered into our Hangout. And this one is entitled The Star Chamber, with the brother from Star and Buck. It's just Star now. The Star Chamber calls out KRS-One for his comments about Afrika Bambaataa's, I can't read my title, about the Afrika Bambaataa, basically child abuse, molestation charges, and things of that nature, right? People, this is becoming a very, very sickening ordeal. Very, very sickening. Because child molestation is a very sick thing in our community. I mean, this thing is running wild, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Year after year, more and more we hearing about, child molestation. We seeing child molestation. It's a movement out there. Tell someone or tell somebody. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was trying to get that sister on the show, and those from that movement on the show. I didn't hound them and try to force them on the show, but I was truly trying to get them over here. I know some great stories, over there as far as sisters and people overcoming, these terrible things that didn't happen to them as youngsters, something that they didn't have no power over, nothing they could protect themselves from. A good majority of them, right? Either way it go, they victims, you know what I'm saying? And no way in hell do you blame victims for the crimes that's committed against them. Alleged crimes at this point, but yet and still, the key word there is crimes against them, alleged or true, whichever one they may be. Because even to allege that these heinous acts to children is just sad, because it says sick individuals in this world with distorted mind frames. And to have people like KRS-One, a so-called pillar in the community, the hip-hop community, the Bronx community, the New York community, the community, Mr. Stop the Violence. Child molestation is violence against children. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere in the world that you can try to justify that. It's nowhere in the world. I've seen it personally myself in many different ways. Growing up and a young lady in the school being pregnant by her father. And so like her first children, I think it's two maybe. It's her brothers, but they're her sons, and that affected me, because I never thought nothing like that existed in this world. You know what I'm saying? I done seen the age range of like 16 and 17-year-olds messing with 13-year-olds and stuff. I done seen a lot of stuff in life. I tell y'all this all the time. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't lived through it myself, I done seen it. From death to all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And these things are affecting our community more than, not knowing, was man created or he evolved from something and this and that. And on a night where a prominent black man in our community has made allegations, I guess these are not allegations, it's straight up statements that, he really don't care. He really don't care. You know, this is the time where you really mourn a Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying? This is the time when you really mourn a Tupac Shakur. Because I believe that the brother would have spoke out. The brother would have spoke out. He would have really went in. You know, and where's the other leaders in the community? Whether Dr. Dre was a homosexual or not, whatever. When at least Pac got mad with him, Dr. Dre allegedly, let's use the word alleged. When Tupac got mad at him, he put him out there. He went at him. Right? Right or wrong, he did it. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason he did it, he still did it. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, you know, I will hope that he will speak out if he was here in this day and time. So for like the hip hop industry, the temple of hip hop, the Zulu Nation, so on and so forth, and all those who on 1/25 was at his 45th birthday party or anniversary to whatever it was and stuff, and all these people out here that's in this black community will hold Bambaataa and Chris or KRS-One accountable for the things they done and said. You know what I'm saying? And the more you listen to the Star Chamber, the more you hearing even more like, you just don't let this be true. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, you can't be an ostrich and put your head in the ground. You know, if it's true, it's a shame. But this is the thing that you have, people, going on in the community, because everybody trying to destroy the one book that say, man, don't lie with man. Woman, don't lie with woman. If we can't get nothing else out of the book that y'all have so much hate for, damn, at least pull that scripture out and treat it like the 10 Commandments, as the Bible saying. Post it on your doorpost, damn it. Post it on everything that you can post it on. And try to stop this spirit that's running wild and rampant through the community. You know what I'm saying? Sitting on a hangout today, jokingly, somebody was talking about a a trainee or whatever you call it, and they was like, oh, see, he, she, or whatever would fool you and you will do this. I'm like, no, I ain't running up behind women like that, and I most definitely ain't finna have no one night stands. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I was younger, okay. Now that I'm grown, I done seen people fall in love with people that got AIDS and give them AIDS and stuff because they not, you know what I'm saying, trying to protect themselves from just sticking their flesh, their penis in anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, mine is exclusive now. And until I get a wife, ain't nobody getting it. Because you ain't finna kill me. I mean, life or sex and AIDS. Well, I choose life, not sex and AIDS. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, man, you know, people might look at my health and say you ain't taking care of your health. You know what I'm saying? But it's most definitely, if I ain't doing what I just got through talking about, I'm taking care of my health. And some people are trying to look good and rip and do this and that and wear fancy clothes and, you know, get out here and get their one night stands on and stuff. People, we gotta be more careful with the life that we giving. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are blessed to wake up. Some of us are damned to wake up, because we wake up and see another day like we seen yesterday, and yesterday wasn't good for most people. But yet and still, they get a chance to change their situation so the next day won't be like yesterday, and maybe what's, you know, partially present in the present day. But still, people, this thing is crazy. So I'm gonna play some audio so we can get, you know what I'm saying, some type of inside understanding of what's being talked about here. I'm gonna play the audio from the Noriega them show. I don't really know what show it was. I was trying to hunt it down, but I found some audio, so I'm gonna play that audio of KRS-One talking so you can hear his words just in case you haven't found it out there. And then I'm gonna play some of the Star Chain and just basically let y'all hear my audience, the people that tune in over here, the people that attention that this title will grab or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because these things need to be talked about and dealt with in the community. But once again, the problem is people trying to attack the theological arms of the liberation movement. And the theological arm speaks against a lot of these things that we see go on in our community. You know what I'm saying? The sinister acts that people carrying out amongst their own people. Quick to shoot another brother. Quick to fight another brother or sister. Their own kind. You know what I'm saying? Melanated people, if y'all care for that. You know what I'm saying? Quick to, you know what I'm saying, verbally assault and go at each other or whatever. But when it comes to the other nations, or when it comes to issues like this, everybody got their damn mouth shut. Or they just neglect it. You know, but as a community, if all these YouTube channels and different things would just mourn, you know, the innocent of these children and have taken a moment out and touched on this, or do a special report on this. You know what I'm saying? You could stay with regular scheduled programming, but damn it, this stuff needs to be talked about. That's why I love to be independent and be able to do whatever I want whenever I want to hit that button. But we finna play this audio, people, because I want y'all to get an idea, if you haven't heard it, what's been stated by KRS-One.
Like, how is hip hop supposed to respond to the Bambaataa? Like, how are we supposed to do that?
Because what angle you want to take it from?
I just don't know. That's why it's a generic question. What should we do? Because you our father.
Sure.
Whatever you say, I have to move accordance to it.
Well, so you hear this, you are father, and whatever you say, I have to move according to it. So as a parent, as a father, as I was talking about a father the other day, you're supposed to be the protector. If the lion come, damn it, he get hungry off you and the rest of the family go on. You feed him. Don't let him feed or kill the whole family and sit your children and your wife to the side while now he eats you and no one survives because you too afraid to fight and die and even give your life for your family. But that's a man, that's a protector. I know we don't know what the hell that is no more. But he's asking them as a father, and I believe KRS-One do have some type of children, a child, male, female, or whatever, right? As a father, as a parent. Me, I got a couple that I haven't confirmed, but I believe I got a couple out there. And even though I'm not in their life like that, if they told me something like that, I would, especially if they was in my life, I was in their life like that, I'd be ready to kill. Cause like at the end of the day, you responsible for these lives that you bring into the world, for the ones you lay down and create. That's your creation. They wouldn't even be here if it weren't for you, and they can't protect themselves. As growing up as a child, I learned this. I felt this. I felt abandonment and different stuff in certain aspect of my life and stuff. You know, I spoke to my mother and father before they passed and got that, you know, stuff up out of me. Right? and could show them love and compassion in their last days and stuff, and take care of them and make sure the ones that brought me in, I can help them with a nice exit out. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's life, people, but as a father, he asking this man, right? I can't get over that.
You know, with the first of all, controversy.
Cause he gonna say, me personally, I don't give a fuck. And that's a father. How could you say that about someone molesting children? Let's listen.
Is not truth. What you want is truth right now. You want truth. Right. But truth is also not information. It's not gossip. It's not even conversation. For me, if you keep it hip hop, nothing can be taken away from Afrika Bambaataa's
Nothing can be taken away from his country, right? You know what I'm saying? If you keep it hip hop. So now this is a guy that say he got a hip hop Bible now, right? The temple of hip hop. You talk all this Masonic stuff and everything. Boy. That's if you keep it hip hop. So
keep it hip hop. Nothing can be taken away from Afrika Bambaataa's nothing. Just keep it hip hop. Right. But if you want to dig into dude's personal life and accusations that's being made and so on, me personally, I don't give a fuck. Personally, I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about what is the question? His personal life? If he came and played a good set, DJ'd and stuff, and went home and molested some child, you just care that he played a good DJ set and that he allowed hip hop to grow and become what it becoming today. You know what I'm saying? A homosexual paradise, right? We know Prince just died of what causes, we don't know, right? Did someone help him die, or was it natural? You know, all that's in question, right? We know what he did for, you know, feminizing men's back then, you know, brothers putting on different stuff, you know. I was just talking about what's the Smith boy name? Will Smith's son, Jalen Smith or whatever his name. I can't even think of his name. And how he's being a model for you know, a woman's line and stuff. We seen Boy George. We know what the 80s was like, people. For those that was coming up during that era, we know what the 80s hip hop hoppers was looking like. We know. Same thing that they do now. They get the old sweet looking Negro and make him the ladies' man. And all the ladies, ooh, and he don't even like ladies. Some Rock Hudson type stuff. Ain't that the dude that one of them big time white actors got AIDS and stuff because he was a homosexual? If you ever seen the movie Fame, and they show the sister at the end and she in there and he telling her just take your clothes off and put your finger in your mouth, thumb in your mouth and all that stuff and everything. You know, we know about these things if you grow up and you watch and paid attention. See, that's me. When I watched, I paid attention to stuff just like I listen and pay attention to things now. We know this stuff, right? We're going to hear some stuff about KRS-One once we flip over to the Star Chamber, right? What you want is truth right now. You want truth. But truth is also not information. It's not gossip. It's not even conversation. For me, if you keep it hip hop, nothing can be taken away from Afrika Bambaataa's nothing. Just keep it hip hop. But if
if you want to dig into dude's personal life and the accusations that's being made and so on, personally, I don't give a fuck. Personally. Look, if somebody was harmed or whatever was done or whatever, y'all deal with that shit. What? Deal with it. That don't stop hip hop. That don't stop what you did for hip hop.
So now that's where it get funny. Listen, he said y'all deal with it. Like, y'all deal with it, get over it, or the police coming in, deal with it or whatever, but it don't stop hip hop. So it makes it kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, to use one of my favorite rappers, Brad Jordan, Scarface, aka Scarface, right? He went to the awards show to get an award, and the police came and got him, locked him up. Say he skipped town and he owed child support and stuff. He wasn't supposed to leave the state or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know his case and his issue like that. I ain't one trying to study and report it like that, whatever, right? But people, these are the guys that we grew up listening to and stuff. Imagine Rakim speaking about this. And he said this. What would you think of the God? Ra. What do Rakim stand for? Ra. The 18th letter. The one that said we got to teach the children so they can be strong. Teach the children. Raise a nation. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we had Whitney singing, "The children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way." And people up there molesting them. Think about the 80s. Think about them. If you grew up, if you was around and you was of some age. I was born in 77. So, 3 years old, the 80s was in. So 83, I'm 6. You know what I'm saying? 89. You know what I'm saying? Pooh, we could deal with it. Well, 83, I want, let's see, math or whatever. Let's get back to this though, because I'm mind blown though, man. This the guy that talk, man.
See, don't take away none of it. History's history. Right. But deal with that. That's personal. I don't even know what to say.
I don't know the facts of the case.
No, but even if you knew the facts, right? You know what I'm saying? A person like me, I deal with dudes that are questionable all the time.
Right. Now you see that? I deal with dudes that are questionable all the time. Now he gonna get into the rest of it, but it's like talking points. If you was a reporter and you didn't want to play all of this or whatever, and you just wanted to report on it and leave gaps in it and just take certain sound bites, I deal with dudes that's questionable all the time. He gonna get into those things, but just the sound bite and the way he sectioning off different things.
Not just if the accusation is rape. Right. I know dudes that are doing, you know what I'm saying? Right. If you know anybody from prison, if you know anybody from the shelter, if you know anybody, if you live really in the hoods, you know shooters, you know dudes running from the, you know your man might have an open warrant on him right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yo, I'm not judging these motherfuckers, man. It's my nigga right here, yo. That's it. Right.
So, your man selling drugs to feed his children, right? To take care of his family. You know, that's kind of honorable. I always said growing up, if I had some children and I ain't had no other choice but to sell some drugs, maybe I would have been a drug dealer. But I never did what it took to put myself in a position to be without, you know, be without. So I never slept with that woman that made that child. To be without, I had to do that. See, when you're doing without, you might do some things you ain't got no business doing. But if it's just you, then it's all on you. But when you got other people, when you got a mouth to feed the children, which is supposed to be the most important part of anything in life, children, right? You know, somebody just hit me up in in one of the things talking about, Kyle, how you gonna say that you might have some children, but you don't know? I mean, I ain't want the baby mama drama. You know, I ain't got time to be, you know, going to jail or, you know, ending up dead over some children right now that, you know, somebody trying to hold against me or hold away from me. So, you know, the best thing is to let them live whatever life they living and wait till they turn 18. That's just what it is. If you want to ask me about my possible children that's out there, one day they'll get to meet me and they'll get to, you know, they'll get to talk with me and they can ask me what happened. And man, your mama was crazy. And your daddy was crazier, and the two didn't mix, oil and water. So, you know, for the greater good, we all living. You know what I'm saying? But let's go on.
Now, what you do and your crime and your shit and your bullshit, whatever you doing, that's on you. That's you, my G. That's whatever you doing. That's how I always dealt with it. I can't pick and choose.
So, you see, that's what he said. So, you can't be like, look, man, when I find out you a bogus dude, and everybody in the conscious community can vouch for it. If I find out you a bogus dude or what I label a bitch nigga, I don't fuck with you no more. So it is what it is, you know. That's what the man said. If y'all ain't heard it, if y'all ain't been, you know, around the media outlets, seen it, post somewhere, whatever, that's what he said. He like, personally, me, I don't give a fuck, you know, from a father's point of view. That's sad to hear KRS-One speak those words. So now we're going to go over here to the Star Chamber, because I've been listening to this brother, right, about this situation since it happened. I ain't following everything, but he made a video and said he's basically blacking out. He's calling KRS-One. He said KRS-One is a confirmed agent. And we always talking about agents in this community, the black community, COINTELPRO, this, that, and the other. And people, they out here. We just don't know who they are, right? And what capacity or what position they hold in our community, right? Now, I don't know if KRS-One is, he's a alleged agent from the brother Star, right? Alleged agent. You got to throw that alleged thing out there, you know, legal jargon. So, well, what he just said, though, is he didn't stand up for children, abused children, and he didn't stand up for the hip-hop culture to be against that. We didn't heard him say stop the violence and this, that, and everything else. But people, remember, they always got to tell you something good, or you have to perceive them as doing something good in the community before they can come and molest your children or sleep with your wife and have your wife out your house while you sit up there like, where's she at? Same way with the preacher that shot the young man that was playing football. I forget what that was. It's been a while back. I deal with so much. But he killed the young man because he slept with his wife, got his wife pregnant, and the man was walking towards him, so he pulled out a gun. And this is supposed to have been somebody that he was mentoring and this, that, and the other. You just slept with this man's wife and then you kill him. You don't shoot him in the leg and stop him from proceeding towards you. You shoot him and kill him. You shoot towards vital organs and stuff. Not the leg, not the foot, not shoot one in the air like it's loaded. You know what I'm saying? but kill them. So yes, it's going on in the churches, right? The adultery, the homosexuality, the pedophilia. It's going on in the Sunday churches. It's going on in the black houses. It's going on in the conscious community. It's going on in the Hebrew Israelite camps. I just got through hollering at Guerrilla Hebrew about his time in GMS, where their doctrine was you can rape 12-year-olds. And the Bible say so. And Polite brought it out. And after that, he kind of shied away from it. But it's like he was with them about 4 years while they was teaching that. What in you didn't tell you that, man, I don't care what you say, you can't prove that out the Bible, and make them prove that. And if they couldn't prove that, I'm gone. Because that ain't in the Bible. But for a certain amount of time, they had that brother gone on that. Now think if he had a 12-year-old sister and one of them raped him. The Bible said you could do it. Would he have said, okay, the Bible said so, or this and that? So yeah, it go on in the Hebrew Israelite community. It's going on everywhere. But these same people could be agents. And this is how you poison the community, by poisoning the children by any means necessary. Molestation, putting drugs in the system, or giving drugs to the parent, the mother, and it get in the child system. Now you got crack babies. It was an epidemic of them in the 80s. Crack babies. No one ever known or heard of crack baby. How many of y'all grew up seeing actual crack babies coming out of the womb fiending for crack? That's child abuse. Man, if you can't or don't want to protect the babies, like the cop tossing the sister and all of that stuff, man, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do if it's your family and stuff? What type of community activism is gonna take place to prevent this stuff now? Damn all that reading hieroglyphs. Damn if we was created. Damn if we was evolved from something. What we gonna do about this? What type of conversation you got about this? Who's gonna get together, ride up on somebody that impregnated their daughter or their niece or they little cousin or whatever, lock them in the trunk and they disappear? Who gonna do that? Where that conversation at? I'm a strong believer in, you know, the Old Testament, in the sense that you got to get certain people and certain sins up out of the community. If not, they just gonna fester in the community. What a gangster for that. Who got that gangster, that killer mentality for that? One of the brothers said he was one of the strongest soldiers, but he grew up letting Afrika Bambaataa suck him up and do all those things for years until he got to a certain age. That's what he tell us. Allegedly, Bambaataa did this, but he was the killer. He was the soldier from his own mouth. So you a soldier, you a killer, but this man molested you and you didn't kill him. I know I'm gonna have a flashback. Hold up. Oh, it just popped up in my head that you did something to me. I used to, you know, deal with them brothers that said jokes when you was younger. I used to beat your tail or do that. Nigga, I'm grown now and I didn't remember it, but you whoop my tail now. That was my mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a brother 7 years older than me, and I was telling somebody today, I love my brother, but we ain't just like the close-knit brothers, because this nigga used to kick me in my butt and do crazy things to me and never apologize truly in life. I still love him to death, though. That's my brother, but it ain't never like he never looked back and said, yeah, I used to do you wrong when you was younger. So like I said, I done lived, I done seen things, I done felt certain things, and, you know, look at life a certain way because I experienced certain things in it. We all do. Some people got more horror stories than me. I just got my own, you know what I'm saying? I had my own life. So let's listen to this part.
You know, I don't want to have a discussion about the Illuminati and so on and so forth. I've done that. For those of you who don't know, I've done that, you know, way back, once upon a time.
And now he's not lying, right? I remember going to Chicago. Me and my mother, we riding from Memphis to Chicago. For y'all that don't know probably where I'm located. And Star and Buck was on, and they was talking about Jim Carrey and Bush when that whole thing was going on, and they was running for the presidency. And he was talking about skull and bone, this, that, and everything else. And they was getting pretty deep on the show. And we heading to Chicago, leaving from Memphis. And when I came back, they was no longer on the air. So we stayed about a week or so and came back, and wasn't no Star and Buck on the on the Memphis radio station no more. I don't remember if it was K97 or who they was actually broadcasting from, but they weren't on the air no more because they were talking about things that get you put off the air. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get on YouTube like this. But anyway.
I'm just appalled. I'm baffled, flabbergasted. Good evening, who's on the line?
Hey, Star.
Hey.
All right, let's just get right to it. First of all,
Okay, can I ask who are you and where you calling from?
Star, I'm in the Bronx. Star, more people knew about what was going on with Afrika Bambaataa.
So, baby, you have to say at least where you're calling from. Come on now.
Oh, I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi, Star. How are you, sweetie?
Hey,
Let's
baby.
get to it. KRS-One knew what was going on, and that's why he made the statement that he made. And it's more people in the industry, and it's a whole bunch of homos running through that whole Afrika Bambaataa set, and that's the thing people aren't focusing on. If Afrika Bambaataa was molesting those people, that all those young kids that people are saying,
Allegedly.
and those allegedly, and these are people that formed his nation, then there's a whole bunch of gay niggas running around in that nation.
Co-conspirers.
So let's just keep it real. Like, everybody keep focusing on Afrika Bambaataa. This whole nation he made is a nation of molesters. How about that?
Alleged molesters. Go ahead.
Alleged molesters. And KRS-One is sweeter than a motherfucker anyway. And everybody knew him and Skylar Rock.
Oh, no, honey.
Back in the day, too. Shout out to the Bronx 174th Street Project. Okay? Everybody knew about that. You know what I mean? So I'm so tired of people being surprised that a faggot would come for a homo.
Right.
And L Lover, come on now. L Lover used to chill with this guy in the village, boo, when he was talking that homo shit on the line. Anyway.
Now, hang on. You sound like you know what you're talking about. Can I ask how old are you?
Oh, I'm old enough to know that them niggas was getting down.
Okay, so you old enough to know that those niggas be hanging. You old enough to know. Hold on. Slow down. You're old enough to know that Bambaataa and those guys possibly have been hanging out in better days, yes?
Exactly. But let's even get it even hotter than that. They used to hang out down in the village all the time. Along with Pudgy the Fat Bastard, a.k.a. the gay rapper, along with the Green Bandit.
Whoa, slow down. I know Pudgy.
Let's really get it hot.
Slow down. I know Pudgy. Slow down.
All right, can we really get it hot? Okay.
Okay, now hang on. Okay, so now I'm asking I'm making a statement that KRS-One is an agent. I just think it was so disrespectful for him to say what he said. I don't give a fuck about multiple allegations. I mean, does this break your heart? You live in the Bronx, yes?
It doesn't break my heart because I already knew what it was when people were saying shit about him and Skylar Rock.
Oh no.
So let's just be real.
All right. Wow. I think that's what they call tea. Good evening. Who's on the line?
What's up?
I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, the sister right there saying, well, Chris got down and whatever, and the whole little New York circle of rappers and the homosexual clique or whatever and everything. You know, yeah, people know what be going on in the community. They always know what goes on in the community. It's like a soap opera. It's always somebody behind a door or something and listening and like, oh shit, did you hear that? But they don't talk. They don't say nothing. I remember going to the Rock and Roll McDonald's and seeing R. Kelly and seeing how he moved in the rock and roll and all of that, because he was right there at the back of Cabrini, right there on I can't think of the actual street. That was Larrabee. I can't think. I could pull out my Cabrini Green map and show you this street right here. You know what I'm saying? But he had the chocolate factory right there. He used to pop up at, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear on that one with the R, and he's standing there with the like red line and the blue. You know, they talking about Sammy's and stuff. Near North Side, right there. 534 West Division used to be my building. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up. But man, you know what I'm saying? I remember brother down here, me and him riding and stuff. We on the south side of Chicago. We pull up at some female's house trying to get at them talking stuff, and we just chilling and everything. And somehow another R. Kelly and Aaliyah come up, and it's like, what the hell are you talking about? And they was, they had some issues with R. Kelly, and it was like, what's going on here? This shit crazy. We pull up on some girls, we trying to talk to them, and they wilding out about Aaliyah and R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, you know, leave them alone. They kind of crazy. But R. Kelly was getting busy. Everybody know R. Kelly was getting busy, man. Nobody was saying nothing, though. He had a big name in music, doing this and doing that. And the brother was moving around like crazy, doing his thing. People know these things. They don't say nothing, though. Why? I don't know. You know. But like I said, I done seen things, heard things personally with stuff like child molestation and stuff. So when I hear it and see it, it touched me, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, you know. Like I said, I done had some women from the community, you know, on the Huddle 3. And we was talking, and handful of them was coming out talking about how they was molested as children and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real and strong in the community. You don't know how it affect people, from the males and the females. But it goes back to, as people say, you learn from the slave masters, you know, all the child abuse and all the stuff that was going on with slave masters that was pedophiles. You know what I'm saying? Wanted the little slave girl. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. Just sick individuals, man. You know. And, you know, the only way you can cope with sickness is to, you know what I'm saying? What? I'm trying to figure out something to say. How do you cope with sickness like that? When you hearing it and seeing it, and then it get fed into them. Because now what you want to do, if a slave master is a pedophilia and he want to see two youngsters go at it, we know now that, you know, child pornography, all this stuff is illegal. But what you doing back there when people not on the internet and showing you that they deal with child pornography and different stuff? So when you know what I'm saying, sickness breeds sickness. And like I said, I don't know about other people, and y'all hear me most of the time thinking, you know, I'll be like, why ain't nobody talking or thinking like this, like me, sometime about these situations? I hear them and see them, and I'll be like, but why couldn't nobody anticipate that type of evil being done? Like, how do you not prepare for the worst and hope for the best, which is like my motto, words to live by. You know, I'm not surprised when I hear about anything or anybody, because I don't never give nobody the luxury to say, well, now I don't believe he would do that. Now I don't believe he would do that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I hope he wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as myself, I always then tried to live my life like stay away from, you know what I'm saying, anything that could be possibly misconstrued as something that ain't right. That's just the way you gotta be. This world is crazy. It's crazy, man. And I'm gonna tell you, growing up in the South, being young in the 80s and early 90s and all of that, going to school, grabbing girls' booties and doing stuff, man, we was wild down here. We was wild. But at the same time, like I said, who would have ever imagined? Because I was 9 years old watching porn. I don't have no, you know. And so I knew what stuff was, but at the same time, you don't know what it is at that young age. You see it, you know it, you know the functionalities of things, but you don't really realize, like 10, 11 years old, what you know about somebody having a baby or getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of girls, most definitely back in the days, even in the South, 13, 14, it was pregnant. They was having babies. They 34 and they child is like, you guessed it. Shit, they hit 35 and they a grandmother again. You know what I'm saying? Not again, but they're grandmothers. Sometimes it's the second time. I know a woman now, you know, and my brother just turned 50 and how close she is to him. So she probably 45 and she a great grandmother. See, she got a daughter and her daughter got a daughter and then her daughter got a daughter. She a great grandmother already at 45. Probably less than 45. Great grandmother. Not a grandmother, great grandmother. You know? And yes, her daughter was loose. Wow. And then it seemed like, okay, 14 or so, her daughter was wild. She ended up with a baby. And it happened all the time in the projects and up in the north and stuff. It's how you get generations of like that in the projects. It's wild, people. Yeah, yeah. I see y'all in the chat room. I appreciate everybody came over and listened. Like I said, I just want to make sure the word spread that KRS-One stated what he said. I'm gonna try to rewind back to the beginning and put at the end and come listen to it. Or anybody that came late can hear his own words, and then we'll be out.
How is hip hop supposed to respond to the Bambaataa? Like, how are we supposed to do that?
Because what angle you want to take it from?
I just don't know. That's why it's a generic question. What should we do? Because you being our father,
sure.
Whatever you say, I have to move accordance to it.
Well, you know, first of all, controversy is not truth. What you want is truth right now. You want truth. Right. But truth is also not information. It's not gossip. It's not even conversation. For me, if you keep it hip hop, nothing can be taken away from Afrika.
No, not at all.
Just keep it hip hop. But if you want to dig into dude's personal life and the accusations that's being made and so on, me personally, I don't give a fuck. Personally. Look, if somebody was harmed or whatever was done or whatever, y'all deal with that shit. What? Deal with it. That don't stop hip hop.
Right.
That don't stop what you did for
take away the
hip-hop.
legacy.
Don't take away none of it. History's history.
Right.
But deal with that. That's personal. I don't, I don't even know what to say.
I don't know the facts of the case.
No, but even if you knew the facts,
right?
You know what I'm saying? A person like me, I deal with dudes that are questionable all the time.
Right.
Not just if the accusation is rape.
Right.
I know dudes that are doing, you know what I'm saying? Right. If you know anybody from prison, if you know anybody from the shelter, if you know anybody, if you live really in the hood, you know shooters, you know dudes running from the, your man might have an open warrant on him right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, I'm not judging these motherfuckers, man. It's my nigga right here, yo. That's it.
Right.
Now, what you do and your crime and your shit and your bullshit, whatever you doing, that's on you. That's you, my G. That's whatever you doing. That's how I always dealt with it. I can't pick and choose.
That's a cop out, man. You say if he done it, that's fucked up. If he didn't do it, hopefully he get found not guilty and shit. We keep it moving. They just allegations right now. I can't judge him. It's just for the judge and for the court to judge him. And then it's for the judge to judge him, not the imitation judge. So that's how you deal with that. You don't say, personally, I don't give a fuck. I mean, like, you don't give a fuck that somebody was molesting somebody's children? Just don't sound right. But it's the type of niggas you got out here. You will figure KRS-One, stop the violence, the teacher, the hip-hop Bible or the, temple of hip-hop, that he would care more about the Brendas. You know what I'm saying? We got the Brendas, but what the Brian or whatever the hell the opposite of Brenda would be for a male that's being molested. You know what I'm saying? Says she 12 years old and she love with a molester who's sexing her crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's what Pac was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Brenda's got a baby. Let me show you how it affects our whole community. Because if you don't take care of these children, they grow up and they ain't right up here. That's the one that's going to be robbing, stealing, killing, and doing all kind of things in the community because they've been hurt. And the community didn't care. So it's fuck all y'all. I'm going to rob you. I'm going to shoot you. And if your children, if I get a chance, I'm going to mess them up. Then you wonder why you got loose cannons in the community. Because the community left a child behind. With that said, I'm through, y'all. I mean, shit. I'm out. Peace.